Here's your First Warn Weather Forecast First, sponsored by Anderson Collision Center. Visit driveanderson.com.
Well, it has been another warm afternoon as we've had plenty of sunshine, just a few clouds building in over the last couple of hours. We'll see the cloud cover gradually increase here as we work through this evening. Temperature-wise, we've made it into the upper 70s, a few spots reaching those low 80s, currently at 78 right now. In Rockford, we're 81 degrees. In Janesville, 77 in Poplar Grove, Rochelle, and 79 our current temperature out in Freeport. As we go through this evening, we'll maintain that partly cloudy sky. Temperatures will drop back into the mid-50s for most of us. Cloud cover gradually increases through the afternoon tomorrow, but the big story for tomorrow will be the wind. We'll look at how strong those winds will get and if we see any rainfall heading into the weekend, all coming up in the First Warn forecast a little later.
Right now at 5, a hazmat team responds to a chemical leak. The cleanup efforts on Kishwaukee Street.
Plus, the State Line School District gets a bit safer. The city reviewing federal funding to prevent school violence.
And early voting begins in Winnebago County, where you can cast your ballot before November 5th.
Live from WTVO 17, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Wendell Edwards. We thank you for being here. Tonight, Rockford fire officials continue to investigate a chemical spill overnight.
Now, this happened a little after 1 this morning on Kishwaukee Street between 18th and Harrison. The Rockford Fire Department says they found a leak of muriatic acid at AZZ Galvanizing. Cleanup of the leak resulted in a plume of gas in the area. Officials monitored a 10-block area around the spill and found nothing abnormal or dangerous to the public. Several environmental cleanup organizations were also at the scene today. Kishwaukee will remain closed as officials continue to investigate. A State Line School District is receiving funding to keep students safe.
Eyewitness reporter Blake Dietz spoke with Oregon School District officials today. Blake, how much is the district getting?
$500,000, Wendell. Mimi, the grant is from the U.S. Department of Justice's School Violence Prevention Program. The district wants to fund safety improvements, and that includes a whole new security system. District Director of Technology Sean Gatto spearheaded the idea to use the grant on a system. Its main function, to lock down every room in the district at the push of a button. And Gatto says the features go beyond that.
You just click the button a few times and it sends out an alert and locks things down. Other ones you can have an app on cell phones and computers or push buttons in rooms. It will send a notification to the police department. It does all of that at a push of a button. So it allows for the police department to have a much faster response time. It allows for the locks to be locked down. It allows for all of that to happen.
Now Gatto says they are in the process of reviewing several different systems. More on this story coming up at 6. Mimi.
All right, thanks, Blake. Oregon's not the only city to receive state funding to prevent school violence. Freeport is receiving a grant as well. The city's receiving $500,000 to improve security at its schools. The funding also comes from the Illinois Department of Justice's School Violence Prevention Program. Freeport City Manager Bob Boyer says the city will benefit immediately from the additional safety measures.
Illinois releases new unemployment numbers for the state line. Overall jobs are up and unemployment is down statewide. Winnebago County saw a 1% drop in unemployment over the past year. That's down to 6%. Boone County saw a 1.2% decline. Stevenson, Ogle, and DeKalb counties also slight decreases as well. The state does not clarify these numbers that are not seasonally adjusted, meaning they're more volatile due to changes in weather and seasonal jobs.
Early voting is now open for Winnebago County. Residents have a few different locations to cast a ballot depending on where they live.
If you live within the limits of the city of Rockford, you must go to the Rockford Board of Elections, which is on 6th Street. If you live outside the city limits, you can come to the Winnebago County Administration Building and cast your vote at the clerk's office.
Early voting is one of 3 ways you can cast a ballot this November. The county also offers voting by mail and voting at your polling place on Election Day. Gummo says if you plan on voting by mail, be patient with the Postal Service.
Imagine if everybody sent their Christmas cards all on the same day in Illinois, and that's what all election authorities are doing in the state. So give the Postal Service, an opportunity to sort through those ballots, and as soon as you get it, the important thing is to make sure that your ballot is postmarked by Election Day.
Early voting hours will change as Election Day gets closer. You can find a full list of hours on our website, mystateline.com.
Right now, Belvidere residents are getting the chance to get their IPass transponders to the changed for the latest technology. So earlier this year, Illinois announcing the change from those large brick transponders to a sticker for your windshield today. It's a whole lot smaller. So today, 2 Illinois state senators are at the community building complex of Boone County to assist people with that change. Participants are reminded to have their driver's license and license plate number ready to go, but still expect some wait times. No new deposits are required for the sticker tag. The event goes until 7 tonight.
Illinois lawmakers are highlighting the accomplishments of a state climate bill. Yesterday, several state legislators and solar energy experts celebrated the 3rd anniversary of the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act. It was signed into law by Governor Pritzker. They toured a solar facility and discussed a new bill to build clean energy storage. Officials say the project will save consumers $3 billion in energy costs, create up to 115,000 jobs, boost the state's economy, and prevent 50 million tons of carbon emissions.
Italian classics are being served up once again in the state line. Capri Pizza cut the ribbon on its new restaurant today. The new location is in Loves Park. A fire damaged the State Street restaurant back in 2022. It has been owned by the same family since 1963. Capri will still be serving up the classics like its famous pizza and pasta while bringing in new items like more gluten-free options. This is all coming in October. Employees say it is a great blend between the old and new.
What we tried to do here is capture a little bit of the old. Obviously the location now being new, but going back to the roots of what built the old place. So some of the memories here on the wall you'll see when you come in. And then also, the food, right? The food being consistent what it always was.
Capri opens to the public Saturday at 4 p.m.
A missing piece of downtown Rockford landmark has returned to its perch. The Lantern of Liberty cupola is back atop the former Rockford RRStar news tower. Large cranes lifted it back into place today. Iconic Energy bought the nearly century-old building in 2021. Since then, the structure's been undergoing some renovations. The cupola was removed last year, so it could be restored.
We've heard a lot about NIU football over the past few weeks.
Now a different sport at the university is receiving new scholarships. NIU's Esports programs partnering with Turtle Beach. They're a company that makes computer accessories. Each year, 2 NIU Esports athletes will receive a $2,500 scholarship. The chairman of the Turtle Beach Board of Directors is an NIU alum and adjunct professor at the school. NIU's esports program's grown dramatically in recent years, opening a new arena for the team in 2022 to compete with colleges across the country. Still to come, Floridians brace for Hurricane Helene.
The Category 3 storm expected to make landfall sometime tonight.
And coming up at 6, Rockford police host their final block party of the year. The food, games, and fun at Churchill Park.
Yeah, the impacts of Hurricane Helene are going to be felt for many across the southeast, even moving into parts of the Great Lakes. We'll look at the impacts that could pose for us as we head into the weekend, as temperatures start to cool off just a little bit into early next week. All of that coming up in the forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team, with Mimi Murphy, Wendell Edwards, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Hurricane Helene is moving quickly through the Gulf of Mexico and has strengthened to a Category 3 storm.
It is expected to make landfall in Florida's Big Bend tonight. Kishwaukee has the latest.
Down and waves crashing as Hurricane Helene approaches Florida's Gulf Coast. Millions of people are under mandatory evacuation orders in the Sunshine State, but the storm's impact is expected to stretch across several states.
And so I need everybody to pay attention to their local officials. They're going to have the best information on the specific risks where you are at.
The eye of the massive storm seen here. Helene forecast to make landfall Thursday night. Areas along the Big Bend region of Florida could see a storm surge of up to 20 feet. Phil Prescott lives in Cedar Key. He says many residents have heeded the evacuation warnings.
The fear factor is pretty significant. So the good news is more than ever, people have left.
Tens of thousands of customers have already lost electricity. Crews on hand to get the power back on. Torrential rains and strong winds from Helene pummeled Naples overnight. Streets there now underwater. Similar scenes in St. Petersburg. And in Tampa, high waves from the bay crashing onto this roadway. The traffic cam shaking violently in the strong winds. The area could see a storm surge of up to 8 feet. We're just a few hours away from an expected landfall not far from here in Tallahassee, and we're already seeing conditions worsen as the day goes on, getting bands of strong winds and heavy rain. Ika Jachi, ABC News, Tallahassee.
Well, back here in the state line, another beautiful day. Temperatures in the upper 70s.
It was nice, but some colder temperatures are on the way. Candace King will tell us more in her forecast next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, we've had plenty of sunshine out there this afternoon. Brought our temperatures today into the upper 70s and low 80s. We maintain that mostly clear sky here as we look through this evening. A live look with our Mercy House SkyTrack camera out in Freeport, brought to us by Rockford Career College. Temperatures are very comfortable out there. We're at 79 in Freeport, 78 in Rockford, 81 still at this hour in Janesville, 77 Rochelle, Dixon, and 78 degrees right now down in Sterling. Our weather watcher Terry in Genoa, also 78 degrees. Easterly wind coming in at 10 miles per hour. Now that wind speed will increase late tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. So our biggest impact tomorrow going to be that increasing wind. Temperatures will still stay in the 70s. In fact, we'll see those numbers straight through the weekend. 77 for our weather watcher Ben in South Beloit. No rainfall, still relatively dry with a dew point temperature of 56. We've got high pressure still anchored overhead, but you can start to see that moisture wrapping in here through parts of Indiana, Ohio, back down to the south as the beginning stages of Hurricane Helene now working up across much of the U.S. In fact, it is getting closer here to the Big Bend region of Florida. This now a Category 3 hurricane with winds up to 120 miles per hour. Tornado warning just north of Fort Myers, and typically that front right quadrant of the hurricane is where you see the most impactful weather, both with severe weather, storm surge, and wind. So wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see severe thunderstorm warnings as well as tornado warnings along with the increasing storm surge. In fact, flooding now taking place over parts of Tampa, Florida here. You can see with one of our sky cameras down in the Sunshine State, a lot of that flooding taking place. In fact, now covering up over the road. Not too long ago, there were a few folks out there, but you can see just how the rain has come in along with the storm surge, and then that wind starting to pick up too. So where are we at right now with this? 125 mile per hour winds moving north-northeast. It's moving relatively fast at 23 miles per hour. This is expected to make landfall here as we look just within the next few hours, later tonight before moving inland. When we look at the current wind gusts, you can see just how expansive that wind field is. This is a large system, and it is going to impact a lot here, not only of Florida, but up through the southeast and through the Ohio River Valley and even parts of the Great Lakes. And that's where our wind comes in for tomorrow. But notice winds already increasing there, gusting 60 miles per hour, and the storm is still a few ways offshore. When we look at the impacts as far as the peak storm surge, the areas that are in that purple shade, that storm surge up over 12 feet. That is very significant here as it works closer towards the Big Bend region of Florida. So let's pan this out as we go through the night tonight, 8, 9 o'clock. Expected to make landfall here as a Category 3 hurricane. It will continue to move inland, weaken as it kind of wraps up with that upper level low, but still that moisture wrapping in around that. But we've got that high pressure overhead, so watch what that does with that moisture for us. We've got a couple waves or a few bands of rain that try to work in specifically on Saturday, and then again maybe Sunday, but most of that moisture going to be blocked by that high pressure system and that dry air to the north. So what does that mean for us? Well, it looks like the weekend, while there's a small chance that we could see a couple of showers, may end up fairly dry. Now, the bigger story going into tomorrow going to be that wind. Notice our winds will really start to ramp up, gusting 30 to maybe even 35 miles per hour. Some stronger gusts located a little further to the south and southeast. But our temperatures will stay in the upper 70s through the weekend. We see a little dip here as we head into early next week with another cold front, but then warming up again, could be back up close to 80 by the end of next week.
Thank you, Candace.
Wisconsin next with sports. The White Sox suddenly can't lose. We'll see how they avoided breaking the Major League record for losses again today.
Keep it up. And one of the Bills' most beloved players ever is hanging up his sneakers for good.
Now sports with Sports Director Scott Lever.
Turns out all it took to get the White Sox to win games was the threat to them becoming the losingest team in MLB history. Today they won their third straight game over the Angels to avoid their 121st loss yet again. Andrew Vaughn led the way with 3 base hits. This was one of them in the 5th inning with the bases loaded. That put the Sox up 2-0. The next batter was Helene Sosa. He goes the other way. That's a double that scored 2 more runners. The Sox later scored 7 runs in the 5th inning, the most they've scored in an inning all season. They won 7-0, so they have 3 games to go still this weekend against the Tigers. If not for a major knee injury, Derrick Rose might have gone down in history as the second best Chicago Bull of all time, behind Michael Jordan. Chicago native had immense talent. Now his 16-year career is over. Rose has announced his retirement. The Bulls made Rose the first pick in the draft in 2008 after they won the lottery. He was named the Rookie of the Year. He was a 3-time All-Star, and in the 2010-11 season, he was named the NBA's MVP at age 22. That made him the youngest MVP in NBA history. Then he tore his ACL, and it was all downhill. Hey, what a great day it was to be on the golf course. The girls' Nick 10 tournament was held at Mactown. Boylan's Ava Colchin here lining up a putt on the 10th hole, and she drains it. Hananiga's Alicia Wallen on the same hole, trying to tap it in. No problem there. Belvidere freshman Ella Pearson had an excellent day. There she is. She finished 5th with a round of 85. Rockford Co-op's Leah Hunter was in the first group. She's on the money there on the 9th hole. And Belvidere senior Emma Pearson was one of the favorites coming in. Look at her drive there. And now we're going to pick her up on number 9, sinking the putt. Pearson shot a 77 to become the first Nick 10 individual champion in Belvidere history. Pearson led Belvidere to the team championship with a 366 total. Boylan took second, 9 strokes back. Hananiga was third. Rockford Co-op took 4th, and Harlem 5th. That's sports. We'll be right back.
High school football coaches may be interested in your forecast for tomorrow with the wind.
Yeah, it'll make, the games a little rough, I think, with the wind. I assume that has an impact, right?
Sure.
On passing, I would think. But yeah, winds will be gusting 25, 30 miles per hour. And I think we'll maintain those gusts as we even go into tomorrow evening. And it does stay breezy throughout the day on Saturday, too. So just kind of a heads up. But the rainfall for most of us will stay at bay at least until maybe Saturday. You saw Hurricane Helene, now a Category 4 hurricane, just got updated. Winds well over 125 miles per hour. So it is growing in strength. That makes landfall tonight. We see a few showers, a little more cloud cover through the weekend.
Thank you, James.
And thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you at 6.